We are here in Surrey at the Civic Hotel, and behind me are all of the filmmakers for the Vancouver International South Asian Film Festival. We are going to talk to each of these filmmakers and share with you all of the success that they've seen during this time, as well as what's in the future to come. We are talking to KP Singh. He is one of the filmmakers here at the Vancouver International South Asian Film Festival. How are you?
Good, doing really well.
So you're a local guy from Vancouver here. So tell me about your film.
So my film's name is Evolution Corvus. It's about a man who questions the societal way of life after he discovers the Corvus species, crows, ravens, are just as evolved as us.
Oh, wow.
Right?
That's quite the concept. Okay. How did you come up with that?
So I'm thinking about basically everyone going through the 9-to-5 struggle, right? And mental health is a major thing today for us, right? It's intrinsic to our life. So I'm watching a lot of people around me basically working the 9-to-5 life, coming home, dealing with kids, having dinner, and then watching TV and going to sleep. And they don't have enough time or energy to do the stuff that shines the light in them. So I wanted to remind people that life is not just about work. It's about connecting with others and basically shining that light, using your creative side and, doing things in the community, not just work, doing things for you.
I agree with you. We're on autopilot. It's just every day in, day out. By the time you realize it, it's like 5 years, 6 years later, and you're like, what did I do with my life, right?
Exactly. Right? So my goal is for people to be conscious of where they're spending their energy, right? So that they could really put into which way they want to go, right? And really be conscious of it and save it in places and not be worried about service to others or other things, but put it in the way that's going to make you happy, because that's going to evolve you as a person, right, and involve everyone else around you, right? So it's very close to my heart.
I really appreciate that, because I think that that's what we need in society, is to have that quality of life rather than just going through the motions.
Exactly. And like me coming into film, I came from scouting hockey, and this is my first film, right? So I had no scouting hockey and doing analytics, but I knew that putting out messages in film could be the way I can help the world the best, right? So I totally switched, and now I'm here, and this is what I'm going to do, right?
And your first film, and here you are. That's amazing.
First film, no film school, no experience, no nothing, right? Didn't even have an iPhone before, but I got one. I learned everything, self-study myself. I made the film and got in the festival. So I'm an example for people who, when you put your mind to it, you can do anything.
So our viewers that are watching, there you go. There's your message from him, the filmmaker here that's never done films before yet. Here he is, at this festival. Just, it's amazing. Congratulations to you.
Yeah, I'm here for all of you guys, right? So watch my journey, right? Because I'm you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We are talking to Siddhartha. He is one of the filmmakers here at the festival. So tell me, where are you from?
Well, I'm originally from Bali, Indonesia. Yeah, my parents are from India. My grandparents are from Pakistan. They had to leave because of partition. So they ended up meeting in Indonesia, which is where I was conceived. And I came to Canada about 10 years ago for film.
So you came from where 10 years ago?
Bali, Indonesia.
That's amazing. And so the film, you've done this before. This isn't your first time being here as far as films. Tell me about that.
So Gratitude will be my second short film in VSAF. My first short film, The Interview, won the Best North American Short in 2019. So The Interview was about happiness. Gratitude is about appreciating what you have in your life. It's a comedy. So it takes place on Valentine's Day. And it's in a restaurant. No one has reservations. The couples don't have reservation. But a single guy enters and he has a reservation. What's going on? Well, if you want to find out, Saturday, November 13, 3 p.m., Surrey City Hall. Be there. Filmmakers Q&A.
What a setup. I love it. I was excited. I was thinking, the guy that's got the reservation, what's going to happen? And now I know. I get to find out. So what's the future look like for you?
Future's really bright. I'm a very optimistic guy, so I'm always working on projects, writing, directing, producing. So far, I'm doing just shorts, so I'm just building my portfolio. But yeah, I was asking myself, what's the definition of success? And to me, the definition of success is when I sleep at night and I feel good inside. That's for me.
Yeah, I like the. It sounds like you've got a bit of a theme going in your filmmaking. Something to do with positivity and just wellness, I guess. Feels like.
It's true because for me, art and spirituality is combined. So I don't like to create or make films that have no meaning, or because I think visual media is so powerful that when people watch, they're influenced by what they watch. So when you have like a not a preachy message, but a message is underneath. So I use comedy because comedy lowers people's inhibition. Then I put my message in. Yeah, yeah.
You're very clever. Yeah. So tell me, you're talking about influences in your filmmaking and that kind of thing. So tell me, who influenced you to get to where you are today, if there is anybody? It could be a family member or another mentor.
That's a very good question. A lot of people influence me. I think I listen to a lot of spiritual leaders like Eckhart Tolle, Sadhguru, Abraham Hicks, Alan Watts, Wayne Dyer. But I love comedy, so I used to like to watch comedies. Like one of my favorite comedy shows is Parks and Rec, Seinfeld, Friends. So, but I don't like to make comedy without any meaning in it. So I kind of combine two.
Well, you referenced Seinfeld and Friends. And that, like Seinfeld especially, you start with something and you're like, where is this going? And then by the end of it, it all comes full circle, which is really cool. Yeah. Okay, so we're talking about influences, we're talking about filmmaking. So you know that right now somebody is watching this and they are getting from you influence, thinking, and motivation that they could maybe do what you do one day. So you want to give a message to our viewers?
Yes, absolutely. So I've been rejected more times than you can imagine. But what keeps me going, like I said, is the definition of success. I don't do this for people to like me. I don't do this for fame. I do this because there's a voice in me that wants to say something. And I just say it. And at the end of the day, I think if we all do that, we all will be much happier. Simple, yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for speaking with us.
Thank you, Sonia. Thank you, Sonia. Thank you. And thank you.
We are talking to filmmaker Sandeep Kumar. Tell us about your film.
Yeah, hi. Nice that you have me over. The film's name is Merunissa. It's an Austrian production shot in the city of Lucknow, and we were the opening film of the VSAF yesterday, and it's great to be here. It was great response and we had a wonderful evening yesterday. Yeah.
Congratulations, opening film of the festival. That's amazing.
Yeah, that's really wonderful, and it's something new for me because we had the world premiere in Goa, at IFFI Goa, and then we were traveling to different festivals in Europe. But this is the first time, we are in Canada, so it was also the Canadian premiere, and it's a very interesting festival, and looking forward to other exciting films as well.
So you're from Austria.
Yeah, so I'm basically from Delhi. But I'm based in Austria. I've been living in Vienna for a long time now. So make films out of Vienna. A lot of them have Indian themes, but this is like the first one which was shot entirely in India.
So tell us a bit about this film.
Yeah, Merunissa is a story of like three women and how they are facing patriarchy in India, and how they're dealing with it in their own different ways, and mainly led by this 80-year-old protagonist called Merunissa, and her face off with the patriarchy of Bollywood. So that is what it's all about. It's a simple film. It's entertaining. I mean, that's what people say. The lead role is being played by Farooq Jaffer. She was 88 when we were shooting the film, and she's so iconic because I don't know if you know her from. She started her career as Rekha's mother in Umrao Jaan, and that was 45 years back, and she's done so many different films. She's probably the only veteran actress who has worked with all the three senior Khans of the film industry. Lately, she was Amitabh Bachchan's Begum in Gulabo Sitabo. And she's worked with Nawazuddin Siddiqui and everyone, and we were so fortunate that we could give her first lead role ever in Merunissa. So So that was really great. Unfortunately, she died 3 weeks back. So we were having a US premiere on the 16th of October, and she passed away on the 15th. Yeah, it's great.
My condolences. That is sad, 'cause especially since you shared all that time together. It must have been like family to you.
Yeah, I mean, I was in touch with her for like over 3 years since we made the film, before the shoot and during the shoot, of course, very intensely in that process in India, and then of course afterwards, in the post production, seeing her in the film every day, talking to her, telling her about every festival we got into, on the phone, talking to her, but. She was 90, and the inspiration, and very inspirational, because at this age she was at the peak of her career. So she was getting calls from Bollywood every day, and to do huge films. And the only thing was that I feel she was highly underrated in India, because being a woman and being a senior citizen, you don't get so many chances, and that is also the essence of Merunissa. That if you're a woman, and if you're an older woman, it is very difficult to find appropriate your footing in the society or in Bollywood in general.
Yeah, because there seems to be a time frame. If you're at 25, that's kind of you're done.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that was the whole idea of when I was writing. The idea came to me when I wondered what happened to all those, actresses who were in Bollywood when I was a kid. So I just wondered that, and then I started searching on the net, and they were in their 60s or 70s. They were very much there, but they were not.
So name a few. Who were you thinking of?
Well, I don't know. I mean, at that time when I thought of that idea, it was like, like Rati Agnihotri or Shabana Azmi, or maybe older one like Mumtaz. And so I wondered whether they're still around, Sharmina Tagore. So they were around, and even if they were coming now in films, it was just as, placeholders, as mothers, grandmothers, but not in a lead role, not in a film which is around them. And I was wondering, don't we as Indians have stories to tell of older people, and especially of older women? So that's how the idea started. And then when I thought about it, that if I want to make this film, the only one who could really pull it off is Farrukh Jaffer. So she's a bold woman, she's a strong woman. And she was in her 80s. I saw a couple of her films, and I thought, wow, I got to make this film only with her.
That's awesome. I look forward to seeing it. I'm very excited to see it, especially now that I know that, this is her last film as well. So, and also the message is so strong for women that are watching. So one last message to our viewers, maybe. That would be awesome if you could share some sort of wisdom for the people that are watching.
Oh, wisdom. There's so much. Well, I just feel that, there's nothing like aging as such. It is like, it's your spirit. And if your spirit is young, and if you have dreams and aspirations, you should do it. And there's no age to fulfill your dream. And that's what Merunissa is about. Even if you're in your 80s, it's never too late. So as long as you're alive, you have the possibility to live your life and fulfill your dreams.
Perfect. So if you are watching this and you're 50, 60, 70, 80, you can still become an actress.
Exactly.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
We are talking to filmmakers Amit and Jakil. How are you?
Good. How are you doing, Sonia?
I'm doing very well.
I'm hanging in there. I think.
Well, you guys should be more than just hanging in there. Congratulations. This is quite an accomplishment. Two young men that have just accomplished so much being at this festival. Tell me about this.
Well, VSF is one of the festivals we look forward to coming to every year, because it's the only South Asian festival in Canada, and Manu and Pansy have done an amazing job of creating such a beautiful location, I would say, or experience, actually, I should say, for everyone to come together and celebrate diversity and, have a great time and network. And just, it's really nice coming and enjoying watching films and being in each other's company with people who have the same passions and backgrounds as you.
Well, and there's so much creativity behind us, around us. You get to learn from each other and get inspired by each other's stories and movies.
Yeah, no, we're very lucky to be here at VSAF because it's a community thing as well, and as well as Amit and I, this is our first collaboration and probably the first of many, and
Probably. Hang on a second here. If he ditches you, we'll work together.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. But proud of the fact that Pansy and Manu have given us such a beautiful platform, right? And to be able to be part of a community, a South Asian community, and we're here because we want to give back in our own way to thank them, and we're very proud of how far we've come.
So tell me about your film. Just a little bit. Don't give away everything because we want everyone to watch it, but tell us a bit about your film.
You want to take it?
Okay, I'll take it.
You go for it.
So, is it everybody makes fun of Jaquil Day today?
It's a grin, I can tell you're wanting to.
So Maya is about a girl who is a painter, and she kills people and uses their blood as painting portraits of them. But that's as far as I'm going to go. It's a little dark, not what we're used to seeing, and not used to what I'm personally making. But we'll see what the reaction's like on Sunday, November 14th at 1 p.m.
I like that. Okay, that's the time. There you go. So if you want to watch it, that's the time to watch it. That's quite the concept. That is very different than what we're used to seeing, which is kind of nice because it's something new.
Basically, it's cool because Jaquil's specialty is noir thriller, and thing is, with our film school, we both went to the same film school. We went to Capilano University's film program, 4-year program. And they were really strict with the kind of films we could make there. So we were kind of stuck just having to do drama genres. But then coming out of film school, I'm specializing more in the action genre. Jaquil specializing in noir thriller. So he wanted to try something different where we have a story that is dark, because Jaquil wants it dark, but also something we both believe in passionately is what's the meaning and real message of the story. What should people take away from when they leave the theater, right?
Right. Well, I'm sure there's messages within it and everybody could probably relate to that dark side, even though we don't try to embrace it. We kind of try to shy away and hide that. So maybe this is a good thing for people.
Yeah, and me, saying a little bit about it. It's not all blood and guts. It's really isn't. We're not encouraging that at all. There's a deeper meaning to it, which I don't want to say because Sonia, I want you to check it out. And I want our viewers to check it out. But we want it to be interpretive. We want to do something that's a little bit more different, and we want a lot of people to walk away with a message, whatever that means to them.
So what does the future hold for you two young gentlemen who are just making these dark films? I'm very excited. Tell me what's next.
Well, I'm working on my next short film, which is a slasher. I'm hoping to shoot that in March. I'm more about the blood and guts and the action. Jaquil's more about the family. Yeah, Vin Diesel. No. But I'll be working on that. Hopefully we'll shoot that in March. And then after that, if an idea comes for a short, I'll go for a short. But I think after this short, the slasher short, I'm going to focus more on features.
Okay. Because?
Oh, I was just going to say because with film school, they taught us, once you graduate, don't be those guys that just think you can go straight to features. You need to do shorts, at least 3 to 4 shorts before you go for a feature. And it's not a matter of, just doing shorts. It's a matter of building your craft as an artist as well. So when you're doing those shorts, you have the opportunity to network and meet other people you want to collab with in the future, and then work on your artistic craft as well. So.
Excellent. Okay, so now I want you to inspire others with a great message that you can give our viewers right to the camera. I'm going to let you do this one. Look how excited he is. Well, let's give him a second because I feel like he has to prepare. In the meantime, would you ever consider, but in the meantime, we'll talk, would you ever consider doing maybe a lighthearted comedy?
Action comedy, does that count? It's kind of be comedy, but with action and blood and guts and stuff?
I knew you were going to say blood and guts. I just had a feeling, the people that laugh at that kind of stuff, I don't know, is that's your target demographic?
I mean, my thing is, I love to make films that are entertaining, and I just have so much fun with action, and just, people love blood and guts. You'd be surprised because it's just so cool and interesting to work with, especially when it's practical. But again, my overall goal as a filmmaker is create stories that have a strong meaning and leave a strong message with our audience, right?
I'm just giving you a hard time. I'm actually very proud of you because it is really nice to see young South Asian males doing something that typically hasn't been, done in the past, and this is a great platform for you guys, and I wish you all the success. And now we're ready for your message.
I think for me personally, and if I'm speaking to the audience and the viewers, believe in your message, fight for it, and don't let anybody else stop you from saying what you want. I think that's what it is, right? I mean, filmmaking is all about saying what you want. Your voice as an artist, pursue that and fight for that vision, right? Don't let anybody say otherwise.
That's a great message.
I was just gonna add to that, like if you generally think an idea is good, don't let someone talk you out of it. Because not everyone, as Jakeel was saying, if you have that vision, that's your vision, that resonates with you. If I have a story that might not resonate with other people, they're gonna tell me, oh, maybe, you know what I mean? So I think if you have something that really connects with you and you think everyone should learn about it and know about it, then you go for it. And
So go with your guts.
pretty much, yeah. Blood and guts, yeah. And honestly, people are always scared of failure, but the thing is, failure is a part of life. And that's just honestly the worst thing that can happen is you fail. But with film, it's more so you make it, you pass, you fail, whatever, you just get back up again.
I heard one time somebody said no means doesn't mean no, it means just not yet.
It's not today.
Just
I
not
agree
today.
with that, yeah.
Same thing. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much, Sonia. Thank you.
We are talking to Gigi Gill. She is one of the actresses in one of the films here. Tell us about the film you're in, Gigi.
Yeah, so I'm in the film Perfect Daughter. It was directed by Jaslene Carr. She's an amazing director. The film follows the story of an Indian family and the struggles that a lot of Indian and other South Asian and just people of color face when they have to choose between their passion and what their family wants for them. So it's very...
So how did you find the experience?
Oh, it was amazing. Like I said, Jocelyn is just such an amazing director. She was so fun to work with and such a great director. She just pulled so much out of us, and I loved the story. She also wrote it. I personally connected a lot to the story, being an artist and being South Asian and being in the film industry. So the experience was very personal to me.
So you're talking about being in the industry. Tell us what your future holds for you after this.
Well, I hope there's more interviews and more films, but definitely going to continue pursuing my goals and auditioning, and hopefully you'll see me in more stuff soon.
It's Gigi Gill.
Yes, it is. Gigi Gill.
Thank you so much, hon.
Thank you.
We are talking to Aman Bindra. He is one of the filmmakers here at the festival. Tell us about your film. I'm very excited for you.
This film is called Azim. It's a paranormal thriller feature film that we filmed last year in Karamius, Okanagan.
In Karamius. That's a small town.
I call it a village. I call Karamius a village.
It is. Yeah, it's like a little panda.
Exactly. It's a panda, but we filmed all there last year from summer till winter. And yeah, we are excited now. It's coming on Amazon Prime US and UK on November 15th.
Congratulations. That's very exciting.
Yeah, it's 2 days left. I'm excited about it. Yeah.
So tell me, what inspired you to get into this film making life?
This film, as I've been saying, it's a pandemic baby. I'm calling it. People had other babies, but I made this film. And this is like, I do Punjabi films. My last film was Jinde Miriye, Permission Sonam Bajwa in 2020. And after that, I didn't want to wait a year and pandemic hit, and I was like, what to do now? And I always wanted to do an English film and a Canadian product, something in Canada. And we start talking, let's do a short film. That's how it came. Short become a series, like let's do a 40-minute film. Like 15, it became 40. And then 40, when we were developing the screenplay, I was like, we are already at 40, let's do another 40 minutes. And it's going to be a feature because we are going on floor, we are hiding everyone. So another 10 days won't hurt. So that's how it became.
Once you're on a creative role, it's just you just can't stop. You're just naturally creative. I can tell from your style even that you're very creative, and you're well versed in both languages.
That's correct. Yeah, I am well versed in both languages, and but as I said, I always want to do an English film, especially a Canadian film. I've been calling it. I don't call it a Hollywood film or anything. I'm calling it a Canadian film. It's a Canadian film with the all Canadian cast and crew. There is no one from any other. Like it was done with all the mix. I had all the mixed ethnicity people worked on this film. So it's like one of the diverse projects I've been calling it.
Amazing. So when you were a little boy growing up in...
I grew up in England.
In England.
That's right.
When you were a little boy growing up in England, what did you think you were going to become?
You know, that's the thing. I have never thought of doing anything else in my life. That's the only thing since growing up, because filmmaking goes in my family, it's my blood. My aunt, she was a producer. Actually, no, she is a producer. My grandfather, he used to write for Indian TV channels. They both still. My grandfather is passed away, but my aunt still, she still worked for some Indian channels like Doordarshan and stuff. So that's how I was, I think, 14 years old when I went to work on 13 years old when I went to work on one of her series, and then it's just yeah, I caught the bug. It's a bad one that just never goes away.
It's a great one, and you have to tell our viewers a message, something inspirational, so that when they watch this, they can feel the same way and think, you know what, if he can do this, maybe I can do this. So something that you can tell our viewers.
You know, I'm not someone who gives out messages. Like I feel like I'm no one to give a message, but I always tell like anyone who asks a suggestion from me on a creative side, what I always say is, it's a creative field. Don't make it hard on yourself. There's nothing perfect here. Like filmmaking, if you start calling it 100% perfection, you will never able to make something. If you have an idea, if you have a phone, go and film it. These days it's all about your content that you're going to put out to public. You don't know what's going to pick up. So if you have talent, and if you know you want to do something in filmmaking, just get up and do it. Don't wait for someone else's approval. Don't wait on someone else's calls that, hey, no, this is right and this is wrong. There's nothing right or wrong in filmmaking. Just get up and do it.
There you go. That's the message. Just get up and do it. Thank you so much, and congratulations to you.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a good one. Thank you.
So we shared with you a few of the filmmakers here at the Vancouver International South Asian Film Festival. I hope you enjoyed today's program, and we look forward to seeing all of these films, and you also join us to watch these films and let us know what you think. We will see you again next time. I'm your host, Sanjha West, signing off for today. See you next time.